go.
We're the creative collaborative of Stony Mountain. Brothers, it's good to have you on.
Of course, bro. Of course. Yeah. You know, it's been a really exciting weekend for all of us to be here. We're in beautiful Asheville/Mills River, North Carolina. The Stony boys came out here this weekend to try and finalize on drop 3, and we've got the screen printer here at the house. Here we had all the products, everything that we're going to drop, so trying to work on that and see what we can get done for Volume 3, upcoming drop.
Yeah.
What up, Stony family? I'm Max Bergman. I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina. And first time I remember hanging out with Tyler Norman right here really was when we were probably about 10 years old. We went to a wrestling match together, and I remember the guy's forehead split open.
Oh, snap. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Burger King or something afterwards.
It was
got a Whopper.
It was vicious, too. He wouldn't stop bleeding. They couldn't get it to stop.
Keep in mind, both Tylers here are a little older than myself. Growing up, I definitely looked up to both of them and still do. It's just a dream come true to work with them, to continue our friendship. Tyler Mitchell and I, we met through Jerry and my cousin. Without Jerry, the three of us wouldn't know each other, so it's crazy how one person can change your life. Yeah. Shout out Jerry, but
and the Gardner family.
Yeah, the Gardner family just in general.
Love y'all.
Incredible amounts of love.
Yep.
North Carolina as a whole is my favorite place on earth. I mean, I've traveled the world, and North Carolina is the spot. It's got the mountains, it's got the beach, it's got the community, it's got the art, the music. I mean, but I'm tired of North Carolina only being known for Cheerwine, Michael Jordan, the Tar Heels, Duke. You know, it's time for Stony Mountain.
Mr. Beast, too.
And Mr. Beast now.
So, what up, y'all? What up, Stony family? My name's Tyler Norman. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina, born and raised. I met Tyler Mitchell probably freshman year of high school through Jerry Gardner, and Jerry Gardner is Max's cousin. I met Max when I was probably like 7 or 8. But I've known these guys for years, and I've been best buddies with Max and best buddies with Tyler since literally, you know, forever. It feels like, you know, we're 21 years old now, and Max is 20, but you know, we were 14 when we met, bro, literally, and it's like 7 years have flown by, and so it's like this guy is, you know, a giant part of who I am. So yeah, it's just great to be here with you guys and create something like this, you know, right now. I mean, the fact that we're sitting back here, you know, at my house today doing this says a lot about who we are and our friendship and what we can create as well.
Oh, yeah. Yo, it's your boy, Ty2 Sly, Tyler Mitchell, third owner of Stony Mountain, co-host of Group Chat Convos. I was born in New York, raised in Jamaica, essentially came here whenever I was a young bull. I met Max in high school, freshman year. I met Tyler Norman in high school, freshman year. Literally, we've been brothers like ever since. The love has always been there. The energy has always been there. We've always held each other accountable for things, kept each other real. It's really been a beautiful journey, being wild little 14-year-olds, you know, with no facial hair to sitting down as like 21-year-olds who can go buy a pack of beer, you know, and have a podcast or have a sit down on the mic or host a business even, you know. So it's crazy. You know, we've been through thick and thin, and we've really kept true to each other, you know, and we've kept each other going.
I actually want to speak a little bit about that. I love that you said that we've all been able to hold ourselves accountable over all this time. And I think that's one thing about not just our friendship, but including Jerry and Stuart, the 5 of us. That's why we've been able to maintain such a good friendship since, you know, 13, 14, 15 years old, you know, even younger for a lot of us. But I think through the 5 of us, we've always been able to keep it real with each other. None of us are bullshitters with each other. You know, none of us are going to sit and lie to each other's face about, yeah, that's great, when we think, you know, it may not be that great and, you know, that person may need to take a step in the other direction. We've always been that way. Even as little kids, you know, we've always kept it real with each other. I think we all understand that that's the motive and that's the nature of how we're going to treat each other. You know, we're not a bunch of yes men to each other and always hyping each other up about bullshit. We're going to keep it true and real with each other, and that's the reason that all 5 of us to this day can all say that we're best friends, for sure. So I love that you said that. And I never really thought about that until you said that. We have been keeping ourselves accountable for years and years, bro. Years, man. It's great. It's great. Stony Mountain is a community of people. It's not just us 3 sitting up here. If you're watching this, you're a part of Stony Mountain. We're starting to create a Stony Mountain family and a community, and that's what we want. We want to be able to create something, not just a brand that people say, oh, that's cool. We want people to feel ingrained into a community. We want you to be able to feel like you can hang out with us, around the artists that work with us, purchase from them when they're not associated with Stony Mountain. We want to be able to call our creative collaborative a community.
It's definitely publicly known that the West Coast when it comes to marijuana, has it under control. But when it comes to us Southeast stoners, we're not getting as much love from the nation, the world. And so it's really important for us to let you guys know that we are from the Southeast. We are stoners. We are responsible. We are professional. And we love working with small artists.
In the Southeast community, that's really what we want to push, is this community of Appalachia, this community of stoners in the Southeast. You know, the West Coast has a completely different vibe from what we're trying to do. You know, we want to really embody this area that surrounds us. I mean, we're in the beautiful mountains right now outside. You know, we got to rep this. We can't act like we're, you know, on the beach every day. I mean, Max might be in Wilmington, but, you know, I live in the mountains and Tyler lives in Charlotte. So it's a completely different vibe from the West Coast feel of stoners, you know, or at least we're trying to make it feel different.
And another stigma that we like to break is that not everybody who smokes cannabis or, you know, who use cannabis as a medicine, some people have issues and medical needs and wants that cannabis can really help. To me, it's just like, why would you be hooked on a schedule of, you know, pills Monday through Friday if you can just smoke a joint every day and be fine? And, you know, certain symptoms may go away. You know, I understand if other symptoms are very chronic and severe, but there are cases that show that cannabis can be used to treat chronic illnesses. It's just like, it's bigger than even having a good time or pushing, you know, cannabis. People who need it, need it. It's not a want, it's a need, it's a necessity for some. It's unfortunate that it is illegal here, but, you know, hopefully as time goes on and the more bills are passed, I think that it'll be a beautiful thing for us as a company, you know, because we did start before it was really accepted socially. As time goes on, we will see an improvement amongst, you know, the community of people, and it'll grow, you know, so we're here for that, and we stay true to that, and we think that it's a good community. You know, it's positive energy, it's healthy energy, and it's never bad vibes. So yeah,
and I think when that time comes, like you're saying, you know, it may not necessarily be right now or tomorrow or next year.
Yeah,
we will still be locked in. We'll still be tapped in, and we're going to be grinding, and we're going to be ready for when that time does come. Stony Mountain's going to be ready to jump on the East Coast market of not only cannabis, but everything to do with it, accessories, merchandise with it. And not only that, by that time, hopefully we'll have our fingers in a couple different things than just a clothing line and just screen printing and smoke accessories. Hopefully we can do more for this culture of the stoner community, push the narrative of what the East Coast stoner should be.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the stigma really needs to be broken. When you look at a real person in their face and they've told you, because of marijuana, I live a better life, a better quality of life, you're going to look me in the eyes and tell me that it's a bad thing, then that's not okay, you know? So we're trying to be the voices of that for the Southeast. We're also trying to be the voices for smaller artists who don't have a platform. So our goal is to get local small artists or just small artists in general paid.
Yep.
You know, because for them, selling an art piece could be enough to pay their rent.
And another thing on top of that is, on top of the commission, say you create a design and we put it on a sweatshirt, you're going to get a chunk of change from every sweatshirt that's ever sold with that design on it. And that's how, you know, we want to have continued support for the artist. We don't want to just take an artist in, show off what they have, and then push them out the door. This isn't what this is. We're creating a community where this person sticks around with us, or at least we hope they do, you know, and we want to show them true love and true community. Not only do that for them, but do that for you, the audience, as well. Bring you in, show you who this person is so you can digest what the art's about, and, you know, see that medium put onto a different medium, being clothing right now. And you can digest that pane of glass that's so beautiful on your sweatshirt, and you can walk around and know who created that, why they created it, the story behind it, and you'll always have a piece to talk about that truly means something to you from Stony Mountain.
Art lives forever. I'm trying to treat our brand like a museum. God forbid we're to die tomorrow, we have this art that's going to last way beyond us.
And, like, you know, as time goes on, like, that's the whole goal as well, is the community of people that we build. Hopefully they'll have other communities similar to us, or that they show respect because of us. We've definitely seen it in a few different ways already. Max has told me a few people that have been inspired by Stony Mountain and just by, like, what Max has been doing, you know. But yeah, it's like, you know, that hard work that we put in and that dedication that we put in, yeah, it's for us too, but man, like, the community, like, whenever it happens and, like, you see the feedback and the positivity and the people who really love you, it's like, damn, they're actually really supporting us. They're not just saying that, oh, that's cool, good job. They're actually like, wow, this is so similar to, like, things that I've thought of or things that I've seen that I've really enjoyed, you know. So it's good to see, you know, local familiar faces that we know, you know, growing up, or that we've become very good friends with, very close to us, people very close to us that have become very important parts of Stony Mountain. It's awesome to see. And, we love that.
I think it's very important to note that we're coming up on 1 year as an LLC, as a company, as a brand. Haven't paid a single dollar to any three of us, and it's really not about money for us guys. For us, it makes my entire life being able to see someone else wearing art that I created with the community.
100%.
Yep.
And it makes my whole day to get a text and say, hey, you really inspired me to get out there and start selling my art. Wow. Like, we inspired you to put your beautiful art out, and it truly is a blessing. And I think I have to remind myself, like, every day that this is real.
Yeah. Every day that we wake up and, we have those meetings or we have those ideas that we want to get across, it's almost surreal to see that, like, it's actually become a thing, so.
Yeah, I think that's really important that you said that, Max, because Max is right. We haven't paid ourselves a dime from anything attached to Stony Mountain ever. Anything we've ever made, we've poured right back into it, and we're continuously funding it out of our own pockets. So this is truly a dream that we're trying to chase out here. And I think what we three believe, the reason we don't care so much about the money is because it's not that for us. We could create a business model where we make cheap little t-shirts and flip them to you for $10, and we could probably get away with that. But what does that do for us? That doesn't help ingrain a community, doesn't help create a community. You're never going to remember that.
Exactly.
We're not focused on the money. We're focused on creating good quality pieces that are truly artwork for a community to digest, not just pieces of a t-shirt that you may think walk by like in Walmart and say, oh, that's really cool. We don't want you to say, oh, that's really cool. We want you to say, oh my gosh, that's a piece of art. I can digest that. I relate to that. I understand that. I want that. Not just, oh, that's cool.
That's what makes Stony Mountain different. It's unique in itself because it's hard to come by. It's a niche. People aren't really openly expressing themselves how we are. So those people who really show support, they understand it's because they don't have those types of things around them. 90% of the time they're like, oh, that's cool, or like I can see myself wearing that, but it's not like, oh, damn, like, this is really cool. Like, who are these people behind it? Or what made them want to do that design, or what made them want to put these colors together? Who did they collaborate with? Why did they collaborate with that person, So all those things, like, are, like, crucial and critical components to why Stony Mountain is Stony Mountain.
Before Stony Mountain, these are my brothers. After Stony Mountain, these are my brothers. With Stony Mountain, without Stony Mountain, these are my brothers. We made it very clear between the three of us that we would never let business or anything get between us. So first and foremost, I just want to let you guys know that we're best friends, we're family, we're brothers, and we really know how to read each other. We know how to communicate, and we have our pros and cons. We have our talents between the three of us, and it's really made this a breeze. It's made this fun. It's made this a dream come true. So I'm really grateful for Tyler Mitchell. I'm really grateful for Tyler Norman. I'm really grateful for their families that have shown immense support, and to Wilmington, shout out to Wilmington 910, shout out to Asheville, shout out to Raleigh, shout out to Boone, shout out to Mills Creek. We really want to put on for North Carolina because other than Michael Jordan and a couple other things, what is North Carolina being brought up in a conversation? Cheerwine. Okay, cool. But listen, Stony Mountain is from North Carolina. Stony Mountain is the East Coast smokers. They're the East Coast fashion gurus.
I feel like the things that we do, we don't see often, or like we never have seen. So it's almost like, yeah, of course we're going to have to be the ones to do it because we're the ones who are going to make it that way. Like we're the ones who are going to have to be that difference on this side of the country. Things that happen, it never does get in the way. It's always, we still have awesome ideas. We still have creative topics that we want to get across, and like we always work together, and that's what really makes the dream come true, is definitely having a strong group of friends around you, helping you and pushing you and keeping you 1% better every day.
Both these guys make it sound so easy, but in reality, it's not that easy, guys. I mean, like we've talked about, Max is from Wilmington, Tyler's in Charlotte, Gastonia area, I'm here in Asheville. There are a lot of times where we're not able to see each other face to face and say, hey, this might not be exactly what I want to go with.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Max says, we've all realized that even in our heated moments and even in our moments where we're disagreeing with each other, we realize and know that we are brothers before business partners. And that's always got to, stay on the forefront of our mind when we are talking to each other, because of course it's so easy to get into an argument or, even a little tizzy with any business partner about anything. It doesn't even have to be about work. It could be completely personal. It's not easy, but it makes it a lot easier when you have brothers before business partners, for sure.
This whole process, this whole startup has been the opposite of easy. When it has a true purpose, have people around you that are supporting you with real love, it makes it so you have no choice but to keep going. It's the best decision I ever made. Stony Mountain is you. We are Stony Mountain, and let's continue to climb the mountain together. Shout out to Karina Jones. And
Shout out to Karina.
She is a
Chef.
beautiful person. Chefs us up that fire every time. And yeah, so I'm super grateful that she even allowed us to work with her in the first place. First creative collaborative. She had a lot of confidence going into it to work with us. Got to sell it to the community, and there she got to see pictures of people wearing her stuff.
To me, over the past 3 drops, we've really implemented what the creative collaborative is even more. Us 3, we obviously saw the idea of what a creative collaborative meant. You know, as time goes on, you realize that it's easier said than done, you know, to really like showcase that. So for drop 1, we had Karina, really showed love to her, and, you know, we really pushed her product and we pushed her design because we loved it, you know, and we knew that the people would love it. We knew Karina loved it. On the website, we didn't have as strong of a section for the creative collaborative. I think that's one of those things that we're still working on. We're getting better at it. You know, we're really explaining ourselves more and really trying to show you behind the scenes of the creative process and really explaining. We really want to showcase what has been put into the creative collaborative. You know, whenever we say that word, it's like, okay, yeah, what does that mean? Is that just like a name that they coined? It's more than that. It's supposed to be a collection of artists that we have chosen and we have or have been given the opportunity to work with, showcase some of the more beautiful side of art that, you know, with us doing that, you know, we have thought that, you know, that was the right decision, you know, because we love it, the people love it, and we just wanted, you know, everybody to see it. We wanted to build a community of people that have, you know, artists across the globe, and, you know, every single person has a community of people that, you know, love Stony Mountain, but they love that artist, and they're glad that those two people came together to showcase something beautiful amongst either side, you know. So yeah, so with this next drop and the drop after that, and obviously, you know, as time goes on, we will be showcasing our creative collaborative side much more, you know, and really explaining what that means. It's a lot of stuff coming together as one, for sure. That's the creative collaborative.
The Creative Collaborative of Stony Mountain is also a place for small artists and artists of any size, unique, feel like they can reside within a community, you know. So the people that work with us as artists, you know, we try and talk to them consistently, maybe not super consistently, but keep them in the loop and hitting them up when we've gotten new possible opportunities for them. So if you're a local artist or unique artist of any size watching this, and you want to showcase your art somewhere else that may not be on your website or your social media, hit up Stony Mountain. It's a great opportunity for us to check you out. And even if we don't want to push forward with a piece of art with you, at least we've got to talk and we know who each other are now. So later in time, you may see Stony Mountain and say, you know, those guys didn't want to work with me at the time, but da-da-da-da-da. Hit us back up. You know, we didn't forget about you. Just because we weren't ready right then doesn't mean that we don't want to work with you as an artist. I think it's very important to continue the community growth here.
There are definitely seasons that, you know, we want to push certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we may see an idea or a person who has a design that we may not want to put on this, you know, season's drop, but we may want to put it on the next season's drop. So that's something that's definitely important to know about us. You know, like, that's just how it is right now, especially things that we learn to do, and the designs that we get. It takes time, you know, it takes a creative process. You know, we have mood boards that we lay out there, and we figure out what we want for the next drop. That ultimately depends on what kind of season it is, right? I mean,
even if we don't want to collab with you in that moment, doesn't mean that we don't want to give you some advice or talk to you or hear you out or still take a look at your art. So please contact Stony Mountain if you even have a slightest idea that you'd be interested to work with us. STNY.com, STNY.MTN on Instagram, and StonyMountain@gmail.com if you'd like to send us an email.
I think the Creative Collaborative is really going to be the center and focus of what Stony Mountain is going to be in the future. This is our first year, and none of us are clothing aficionados, you know. We've got a screen printer downstairs right now, and we're all still learning how to master it. You know, we're still learning the process of putting designs that we procure onto clothing, but we're getting better at it, a lot better at it, quickly. So that allows us to not put so much emphasis and thought into the actual production of the clothing. It's going to allow us to free up more time to work on our creative collaborative. So really, we've been mastering the dropping aspect, the clothing aspect of Stony Mountain over the past year. But now that we've kind of got that under our belt, we're really going to try and take a jump in 2023 to push the creative collaborative to new heights, not just work with bigger artists, but actually show you a story, a short story to digest, to understand, to feel like you're a part of something whenever you want to purchase that piece. Not just a paragraph saying, Sarah's really cool, Sarah's really good at spinning clay, let's work with, buy Sarah's stuff. We want you to understand where Sarah's from, how that may affect her artwork, and why clay is for her, and everything like that, so you actually truly understand what's going on.
This is beyond us. This is not an egotistical company where we're like, three of us are trying to be rich and famous playboys. We like to have fun. We like to party, but we really like to build something that's going to last, and we like to see other people winning too, because we were in the position of some of these artists less than a year ago. Even though this has come up so quick, we still have a far, far road ahead of us, and we're not going to slow down anytime soon. If you're just now tuning in, welcome. Been here since the start. We love you, and we're going to keep pushing.
Well said. I like that.
Yeah.
This is our first time, the three of us actually sitting down, showing you our faces, letting you hear our voices, and letting you know what our true goal and purpose is with Stony Mountain. So thank you. I'm forever grateful for life.
Stony Mountain coming at you with the heat.
Forever grateful.